Jeff, the host of The Gridiron.
Oh my God. I mean, it's like it's bad enough, right? Now I don't think it doesn't seem like it's going to be Lance, right? But it's going to be a lock. Now it's bad enough like on Thanksgiving. I like back, a lot of times, boy, I'll tell you, a lot of times. Let me tell you one more time. A lot of times. Like back in the 80s and stuff, like the first game was always Detroit. It's always been Detroit's the early game, whatever it's on 12:30, where then the 4 o'clock game, whatever is Dallas. And because back in the day, there was just 2 games on. Now, of course, there's 3 games on. Cool. That's cool. Problem with me is after I get done eating, by the time the 3rd game comes on, I'm in a coma. But anyway, usually back in the 80s, the Lions were not very good. 70s, late 80s. I mean, they maybe have a good year or so here or there, but they were never like a perennial playoff team. I mean, 1970, I know they went to the playoffs. They were 10-4. They lost 5-0 to the Dallas Cowboys in the divisional round, and they won the championship in 1957. They went from 58 to 70. 1970, they went to the playoffs and they lost 5-0. And then the rest of the 70s, I don't think they made the playoffs. Through the 80s, I'd have to look. I mean, they had maybe a winning season here or there, but they were never very good, And a lot of times that first game, is the 12:30 game. Sometimes they'd be playing like the Bears, like maybe, or some other team that was just horrible. You get just like a toilet bowl. It was just horrible. We need a quarterback, real linebackers, big backs. I mean, that's about all. Oh, now we're in good shape, huh? This is the most embarrassing year for the Giants. Can Locke make the game end of the day? I don't know. I mean, it said the thing was that, but now you got this game, and usually it's Dallas, right? I mean, usually Dallas is usually somewhat good. But I mean, it's like, you got 2. I mean, the Cowboys haven't won at home yet this year. Neither are the Giants. And when the Cowboys, they're getting blown out. At least the Giants were in a couple of the games that, not all, but they were in a couple. The Cowboys getting blown out. The only one they were close in was the Ravens game. I talked about this like with my video last night or the night before, whatever it was. But the Ravens were up 28-6. 6? I think it was 6. And going into the fourth quarter, and the Cowboys scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to make it 28-25. Other than that, I mean, all the other games they got blown out in. I mean, it's horrible. But it's like now you got 2 bad teams, right? One team hasn't won at home yet, and now the Giants got their 3rd string quarterback in there, right? If you want to look at it like that. And then now Cooper Rush is probably going to go, but he's got a little injury issue. Right. So could you imagine if he gets dinged up or something and he has to come out and we got 3rd string Drew Lock going up against 3rd string. Oh, my God. What a freaking toilet bowl. They just won again. No, at home. At home. They won in Washington. They're against the Commanders. They haven't won a game yet at home. Let's see what. Let's pop this up here. 2024 Dallas Cowgirls. Let's see what we get here. Dallas Cowgirls. Oh, yeah, look, it popped up. Let's see. Where are the results at here? Okay, they won in Washington, 34-26, but at home, they lost 44-19 to the Saints. They lost 28-25 to the Ravens. Now, once again, that was 28-6 at one point going into the fourth quarter. So they were losing by over 20 points in that game into the fourth quarter. Then they played the Lions, and they lost 47-9 at home. Then they played the Eagles. They lost 34-6 at home. Then they lost to the Houston Texans 34-10 at home. So, so I mean, let's see, 1, 2, yeah. So basically, with the Cowboys, hold on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they have, let's see, obviously all their wins are on the road. They beat the Steelers on the road. They beat the Giants on the road. They beat the Browns on the road, and they beat the Commanders on the road. Then they have 2 losses on the road. They got 5 losses at home and 2 losses on the road. So that's why they're 4-7. So, I mean, so obviously, you figure sooner or later something's got to give, right? They said, DJ, we didn't. No, I mean, we had a couple of games we were in them. We were at least in a couple of the games anyway, right? But I mean, I said the Cowboys, oh my God, I mean, they're just getting blown out at home. And a lot of those was with Dak in there, right? Now they got Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush quarterbacked them against the Eagles, and boy, they did not look good at all against the Eagles. I mean, all the breaks went the Eagles' way. Everything's going the Eagles' way this year. Every break is going to the Eagles. I mean, the Giants, they benched their first string quarterback. The Cowboys lost their first string quarterback. The Eagles, almost everybody's nice and healthy with the Eagles and all. So everything's going the Eagles' way. I mean, in that game, CeeDee Lamb was wide open. Cooper Rush hit him like in the back shoulder, but CeeDee Lamb couldn't see the ball because of the sun. So that was pretty much a touchdown, right? Taken away. Ezekiel Elliott fumbled the ball at the 2-yard line. Of course, the Eagles recovered it. So that's another 7 points that got taken off the board. It's just like everything in that game went the Eagles' way, right? But I mean, that's why the Cowboys are at 4-7 and the Eagles are whatever they are, 9-2, I think it is. So I would pick DJ over Dak. Will Dak be there? I don't know. Well, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, he signed a contract with him, so we'll have to wait and see. The problem is, they got they're paying Dak, then they're paying ABCD Lamb, right? And then Michael Parsons is going to want to get paid too. So I mean, you can look at it where between those 3 guys, I mean, might cost like $120 million maybe between those 3 guys. I mean, Mike is probably going to want $30 million a year or so. So I mean, that's a lot of money for 3 guys. I mean, that's almost half your salary cap for 3 guys. So, I wouldn't doubt that Dak would be back. And I said, they got a nice guy on defense. They got a good wide receiver. They got a nice quarterback, but I mean, they have no running game. Their defense is giving up tons of points. I mean, my goodness. I mean, let's see here. They gave up 44 points. They gave up 47 points. They gave up 25. They gave up 30. They gave up 27, 34, 34, 26. I mean, they only had a couple good games, right? Of course, one of them was against the Giants. But where are we at here? Whoops. Hold on there. So the Giants quarterback situation gets even more bleak with Tommy DeVito injury news. Would be his forearm, right? What was once a joke of a game for the NFL fans as a backup quarterback, Tommy DeVito and Cooper Rush were expected to play against each other on Thanksgiving, has only gotten worse, if that's possible, right? As the Giants and the Cowboys quarterbacks are now both questionable for Thursday's matchup. Well, I mean, I don't know when this article was written, but DeVito, I don't even think DeVito's even going with the team. So Locke is starting. So it's the Giants' third-string quarterback as of right now against the second-string quarterback for the Cowboys. After one start for the Giants on Sunday, DeVito is now questionable for the Thanksgiving Day because his right forearm injury. DeVito isn't even traveling to Dallas with the rest of his Giants teammates and will fly there later. So it's highly expected for DeVito to miss Thursday's game, meaning Drew Lock will fill in for him. DeVito started one game after the Giants elected to bench Daniel Jones and release him. DeVito led the Giants to their 9th loss of the season. Cooper Rush, on the other hand, has a better chance of playing on Thursday as he's dealt with the knee soreness this week. If he doesn't play, Trey Lance would step up in his spot. Rush has started in the last 3 games after Dak Prescott suffered a season-ending hamstring injury. That must have been a heck of a hamstring injury. My goodness. Both the Giants and Cowboys seasons have included plenty of quarterback issues and drama, and it's possible America will witness a third-string quarterback matchup on Thanksgiving. I mean, just let's see here. I got another article. Tommy DeVito unlikely to play. DeVito got knocked around last Sunday. Oh, yeah. He had to leave the field for one play after getting the wind knocked out of him. Yep, that's when Locke came in. He also sustained an injury to his throwing arm. That was the one thing. The problem was, unfortunately, was that, you know, if it was his left forearm, he might be able to play, but it was his right forearm. So that's what's causing all the issues, because I guess he can't throw the football or throw it well. DeVito did not travel with the team as he went further examination. The Giants said DeVito was expected to take a later flight and meet the team on the road, but the injury is thought to be serious enough to keep him out of this game. It did not come as a surprise that head coach Brian Daboll decided to bench Daniel Jones after the overtime loss. The thing is that, you know, it'll be interesting to see what we got. We need 5 quarterbacks. Yeah, 1 game. He's in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, one game. I mean, you just think about it. You go back and you think about, like, Eli Manning, right? He played all of those games in a row, right? Started every game. This guy goes in there Eli got hit a lot, too. You know, he got hit. You know, this guy goes in there 1 game and he misses the next game. It's like, go figure. But the Cowboys is that, you know, it'd be interesting to see, because I think their I think it's Will Grier, I think. Let me look here on their practice squad. They got Trey Lance, Cooper Rush, because I'm wondering, I mean, you know, practice squad. Yeah, Will Grier. That's their other quarterback. Now, damn, it's his 6th season already? Jeez. Christ, seems like the guy just got drafted. 6 years already. Holy crap. God, I'm getting old. But the thing is, be interesting with the Cowboys is that, you know, do they maybe elevate Grier? Because if you got a guy that's a little banged up, right? So now you got 1 healthy quarterback on the roster. Well, what happens if Rush can't play or gets banged and something happens to Lance? I mean, right? So it'll be interesting to see if they wind up elevating Grier at all. Onto the 53, just in case. But I mean, you look with the Giants, right? They got just 2 quarterbacks, right? I mean, they had 3, right? They had Boyle, right? They have Locke, and they have DeVito, and they had obviously they had Daniel Jones. Well, Daniel Jones is gone, right? DeVito can't go, right? Be interesting to see if DeVito is on. Probably isn't going to dress. So, I mean, could you imagine if something happens to Locke and we got to run Boyle out there? Holy cow. Wow. Man, what a SHIT show that'll wind up being. Could you imagine that? Wow. It could be a real tough game to watch. Really tough game to watch.